Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So a couple of things concerning the school department this week that I wanted everybody to know about. And it's part of our overall effort of continuing to upgrade the opportunities for students, for our children, to learn here in New Bedford. We've been working hard at school reform for a long time, as you know, and when I got into office, the school department needed a great deal of work. We've made some major changes over the years, as you know, and the results have borne out. There's been significant increases in test scores. Kids are getting into the most competitive colleges in the land, and most significantly, the graduation rate's gone from 58 to 88% at New Bedford High School over that time, which may well be the largest jump anywhere in urban America. And there's been a lot of hard work to get to that point. We have to continue to upgrade what we do, both in the classroom as well as in those areas that ultimately support what happens in the classroom. And so, we've been putting money into new facilities. We've been building new schools, new athletic facilities. We've been upgrading the existing facilities. We've reformed the way school busing is done. We've totally revamped the way that the school's finances are kept and maintained. This week we had a couple of other announcements that are in the same vein. So the first one has to do with food service, right? Kids, the school department is in some ways one gigantic restaurant for 13,000 students. And many of those students, the food is cooked at the central kitchen at the school administration building on County Street. As you know, that's the old high school, and it wasn't really set up to be a distribution point for food. So with the work of the school department and the support of my administration and the city council, we're about to establish a new central kitchen facility on North Street. It's kind of behind, if you're thinking about that area of the West End, it's sort of behind Rite Aid, where Barry's Liquors is, where Vermette's used to be. It's an old yellow building that hasn't been used in an awfully long time. We're bringing it back to life, and we're doing it without city money. We're doing it with federal money that will allow it to be a first-rate kitchen and distribution point for food across the school district. And so the bottom line is kids are going to get better food in school, and it's going to cost the city less. So all good, and it really will help professionalize the place even more. Our food service workers do a great job in the city, and right now we're giving them the tools they need to really to be even more effective. The second thing in the school department this week has to do with the establishment of a school-based health clinic at New Bedford High. Lots of places around the country, lots of school districts around the country have health clinics, and basically what they do is they do certain things that are somewhat out of the reach of the role of a traditional school nurse. They can get kids connected up with primary care physicians. They can help prescribe medication, of course, with parental consent, and they can do preventative health checks that enable kids to stay on track. So many of our kids are not connected up with primary care physicians. And so what we're doing is, by building out a facility in the high school, we'll be able to cover the high school directly, as well as Keith Middle School right across the street. And that represents about 30% of the entire district enrollment right there, and then others across the city will have access to it as well. So it's being done in conjunction with the Greater New Bedford Health Center. So it's really just an annex of the Greater New Bedford Health Center, Community Health Center. So it's going to work really well. Again, this is another area where we're not going to have to spend city funds. There is federal funds involved, available to build out these things and to operate them based on either public health insurance or privately held health insurance. So it's a really good thing. It's going to make our kids healthier and therefore put them in a better position to learn in the classroom. And so, speaking of classroom, I just wanted to say, to acknowledge the passing of two individuals who were very helpful on a number of fronts, including in supporting our students, and that's Fletcher and Peter Muise, both of whom passed away this past week. Jon Fletcher, of course, was a school committee member for 8 years in the city, but he was also a school administrator in Greater New Bedford for many, many years. All told, he was involved in supporting children's education for over a half century, and he was just contributed in so many ways to the civic life of the city, and we're going to miss him. Same thing with Peter Muise, helpful, really helpful when it came to helping start the vocational ed programs now at New Bedford High, but also really instrumental in some of the homelessness network work in the city as well, and many other things. So both will be missed, and we just are so grateful for the contributions they and their families have made over the years to the city. Last up, just more summer concerts on the way week by week. This week down at Purchase Street. Friday night, 6 o'clock, come on down. You'll have a great time there. We're alternating between Purchase Street and Lower Union Street with these concerts, but there are more concerts going on than ever before. Check the schedule also for concerts down at Hazelwood Park. Those are going on, and lots of other stuff across the city. Way too many to name in the time we have, but I hope to see you out there. There's a lot of great stuff going on in the city this summer.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hi, I'm Taya Leone, and you're watching New Bedford Cable Network. Good for you.